Hello Aries, and welcome to your reading. Hope you are doing well and in high spirits. Let's go ahead and set our intention. I ask that this reading with these tools be accurate, specific, and bring blessings to everyone involved. Angels, please help me to stay centered in my higher self so that I may clearly hear, see, feel, and know the divine messages that you impart through me and these tools. Please give me the confidence to understand, trust, and follow through with your messages. Thank you and Amen. All right. Let's begin. We will go ahead and start with an angel message. Angels, what message do you have for Aries watching this video today, please? Thank you. All right, Aries, entrepreneur. Self-employment suits your disposition and intentions. Working for yourself allows you to better follow your intentions and divine guidance. To better follow your intuition and divine guidance. We are your coworkers, meaning angels, and teammates who remain loyally by your side to ensure your success in all ways. It comes in orange, which is the sacral chakra, color of creativity, action, empathy, lust, connectedness. Very cool. This is so you. And you do have this ability to begin, build, create whatever it is that you want to. So that is a really good affirmation, I feel, for some of you. Because I think a lot of you might already be doing that, which is great. Any messages for the Aries collective watching this video, please? Thank you, angels. Thank you, spirits. And thank you, energies that be. Appreciate you very much, universe. Any messages for the Aries collective watching this video, please? Any messages for the Aries collective watching this video, please? All right, Aries, we have our portal. Doors are opening. You decide. Rewards. Wild card. You know, the future is in your hands. The now is in your hands. Where you want to go, it's up to you. The door is opening right now for you. A new door is opening for you. You're becoming more powerful. You're able to manifest better than ever before. You're coming into a very new portion of your life. Things are opening for you. Doors are opening. Which door do you want to walk through? What do you want it to look like? How do you want to make it? How do you want to create it? Kind of fits in with this entrepreneur feeling. We also have lost lands, soul memories, and gifts. You've done this before. You might have sacred knowledge or hidden knowledge available to you from past lives, skills that you've built up in other lifetimes, right? That are coming through in this lifetime that you're able to apply to what you're doing. I think this came out in another reading recently. So Aries, a lot of power behind you right now, okay? You might not feel it at the moment. You might feel very gentle energies. That's okay, because sometimes those gentle energies allow ideas to flow in, right? New ideas to flow in. So that's very positive. Show me the path for Aries, please. Thank you. Okay, I see. And show me what is the obstacle to this path for Aries, please. Thank you. Okay. Hello. Part of your path, Aries, is trusting your intuition. And this, we have many paths, and the paths always shift, but this is one of the main points or paths that comes through for you as being highlighted at this time. That is kind of like the goal. It's the intention behind the Aries collective, right? Which is to trust your intuition, even when you can't see, to feel, to focus less on seeing and more on feeling. You know, you might feel blind at times or unable to recognize certain things, but it's still trusting your knowing in your intuition and having enough self-worth in a sense to trust that, right? Enough belief in yourself to trust that. Part of narrowing, or part of getting in touch with your intuition is getting to a place where you're narrowing down your options as well and understanding what it is that you want and having the courage to go for it. Not always keeping a plan D, E, F, G, just in case the first three don't work out. It's more of like giving your all to building something that you really want and believing you can. It's trusting that intuition. I feel like there's an element of going out on a limb, kind of like taking that chance, you know? And please take this advice with your own intuition. I would never encourage, you know, personally, like somebody to do something so irrational that they end up in a very bad position. That's not what I'm saying here. The cards and the energies are simply saying that if there's something that you know you want, and you're not being honest about that with yourself, and you're just keeping all these other plans, you're not really giving your all to building this thing because you just don't believe in yourself, but like, you know you can do this, that's more like, that's for you, you know? It's like, you know you can do this. You know you can, you know? It doesn't mean you can't still have like something you support yourself with here. No, of course. But it's that feeling of, you know, going for it, following your intuition. And here's what we're looking at here. This is coming out in the reverse as your path, you know, narrowing down these options a bit to what you really want, to this key, to this main, to the gold, right? Combining what you've learned before in the past, your you know, knowledge that you've gained, your increased intuition in some senses, and also, you know, trusting your feeling. This feels like that person that's having to, yeah, they're in the dark and they can't fully see, but they have to feel it out. In this instance, it's a card of feeling it out, you know? Now, what is in the way of this path has to do a lot with finances, actually. Part of why you might not feel brave enough or want, like, you can trust yourself to do this or, you know, go for this completely is because you don't feel like you have that financial security that you want. Also, it could be because in the past, something that you were building or working on, or even now, it wasn't what you thought. It didn't turn out how you hoped it would. And then you realized, wow, I didn't build this strong. Maybe it failed. Maybe it fell through. Maybe it just was a dud. Maybe you lost interest in it. But whatever it was, it's like, it wasn't what you wanted. And it's like that experience maybe, or that feeling has discouraged some of your trust in yourself or your motivation or your confidence to pursue what it is you really want to build the business or the thing that you really want to build, you know? There's definitely a feeling of just not, it's like you're stuck. It's like you're kind of stuck in this past energy of like, can I build finances with this? I couldn't before. So how am I going to now? You know, you're dwelling on this thing and feeling like you don't have the strength, the ability, the confidence, the experience maybe even, or the wisdom to just build, you know, and make something plentiful. And with this, it's very much, I'm seeing just a lack of confidence for good reason, because you've been through experiences that have really shook your confidence and shook you up. But it doesn't matter then still, because sometimes those experiences happen to shake us up and test us, and to see if we still will have the confidence to pursue the thing we know we really want and are supposed to, right? So this is what's kind of in the way here, is not really understanding how to build the finances, partly because of past experiences, and just not knowing how to build something successful in general, or feeling like you don't know how to build something successful in general, because in fact you do. We all have trial and error, right? But, you know, it's logical, Aries. It's not illogical. I get it. I see why you're nervous about it. I understand. And, you know, I get it. I do. Spirit gets it. So take your time. You know, it's all in good time. But don't make yourself miserable. and not pursue something that you love, or try to build something or try to go for it because you failed in the past. Failure is a part of success, and actually failure doesn't really exist. Failure is a certain perspective, And remember, for those that ridicule you or pick you apart or whatever they might do, maybe your own self does this to you, that's just fuel for the fire sometimes. We can use that as fuel for the fire. What is advice for Aries moving forwards? Thank you. Yeah, to take a new approach on this mentally. It doesn't have to be perfect, Aries. It does not have to be perfect. It might be really messy to start. It might be very imperfect. You might make a lot more mistakes, It doesn't matter. You just start. This is divinely overlooked. You're being assisted. If your heart is in this, if your creativity is in this, it's a yes all the way. Take a new approach. Take what you've learned and take a new approach mentally on this. Apply and utilize your new paradigm that you're coming into, the new doors you're walking through, the new way of looking at the world that you're coming to. Move towards this. Doesn't matter if you move towards it sweaty and sloppy and ill-dressed, whatever it is. Move towards it if your heart wants to move towards it. You can do this. Doesn't matter what the world sees or people think. It matters how you feel about it, because this is your life, your happiness, your destiny, right? This is your world. So don't live for anybody else. One day the people that you're living for aren't even going to be around. Then what? Then what are you going to say? Oh, I lived my whole life for those people, and now here I am, just me and myself, and I, or whatever, me and my dog and my partner, whoever it is, but live for you. When you live for you, in a sense, you also live for the world. We're all connected. Self-worth is loving others too. When you have self-worth, you reach out to others in a different way, naturally. Kindness is more fluid. It's easier, So yeah, the advice is to definitely gain this new perspective, work on this new perspective, strengthen it, trust your intuition, trust your knowing. This owl, it knows. There's a maternal feminine wisdom to this owl. It knows what's up. It knows how to hunt in the dark. It's nocturnal. It's gained a wisdom. It's gained a certain edge, a strength, a knowing. It stands upon what it knows, in a sense, knowing that what it knows is, what's the word I'm looking for? Frugal? That's not the right word. Anyways, this is your advice. If, you want to walk this path, Aries, and if it resonates, of course, you can take it or leave it. It's all up to you. This is just an energy reading, right? That will hopefully help you in some small way. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. We are gonna get a little bit of a read on what your finances look like in November. I like to keep things timeless, but we'll take a little peek just for this portion into November. So Aries finances for November, please. I definitely see some uncertainty and some a little bit of a lack mentality going on for you guys that you're gonna have to work with a little bit. I do see success for you in action towards finances. I do see empowerment in at least understanding what it is you don't want. But there's a lot of shadow energy coming through here, which is okay because shadow energy grows us and allows us more light in the future, right? So that's okay. I see this has been coming up a lot in the collective. Somehow love and romance is connected to your financial world in November. For some reason, they are intertwined, much like the root systems, like in this particular card, much like the root systems of trees are all connected. Every separate tree is still connected by the root system. Somehow love and money are being connected in November for you guys. So that could be a lot of different scenarios. A new partner coming in through business, somebody you're working with or collaborating with, or you could be focused on supporting like a person financially or vice versa. They could be motivating you to make more money, or draining your resources, but I really see this as a positive, so I don't feel like it's a negative, like a draining type thing. But however it is, somehow love and money are a bit intertwined in November, and that is very much in the collective right now. Your finances might be a little out of balance in November. So this could be that you are spending a little more than you're making, or you could be making a little bit more than your output, which could create a little imbalance in the flow, right? Because money flows, it goes in and out, and it's a flow, right? Like if we just in and no output, then we don't keep pulling in, right? So it's like a very flow feeling here that is maybe just a little bit off in November, again, because of a lot of these insecurities coming through. Same thing coming through here is a bit of just like you're feeling a little insecure and a naivety, but this is also partly a bit of like a spiritual rebirth that you're going through. We sometimes have to be broken down or broken apart a little bit to be rebuilt better than before. So a lot of these insecurities are also just a big shift. It's that transitionary energy in Scorpio season, right, that we're going through. So that is a big part of it. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. We're just letting you know where you'll be at, okay? I do see there's still some hidden energy around finances. There is still, but there is a perspective shift that you're making around finances as well. So what we had for your overall path is really actually tying into your career and finances heavily, which I like to see. There's some kind of a transition you're making with this into a new beginning with money. You're creating something. I feel like you're creating something, Aries. For a large portion of you watching, it's like you're creating something. It might be new old, meaning like you already started it once before or tried it once before, and now you're trying it again. But whatever this is, it's giving you a new outlook and perspective on how you can bring money in. Maybe, for example, you always had this mentality you had to work a certain way to bring money in. And now you're like, wait a minute, maybe there's another way that I could do this that's more suited to me and what I want or like, and it's empowering for you, but you're not there yet. Because this is like a process that's taking place throughout November. But I do see that coming into like the last or the later part of November, you do regain balance. You do. And you do open up your mind. This feels also somehow here like you're opening up your third eye a bit in November for some of you, which could be assisting you in your work somehow. Everything we do, in a sense, we still connect or gain something from spirit within it, right? So you might be connecting in a way where you're kind of funneling a lot of higher knowledge in, which is really special. Finances in November for Aries, please. What's going on with their finances in November? Yeah, you guys have some money coming in. I see Capricorn energy here. Some of you might be in like a binding agreement or contract. But I feel like it's going to be prosperous for you. I'm interpreting this as being very, very positive actually in this instance, the devil, because it's something that you've consistently working on. You've been consistently working on this, or you are going to be, and it's going to be very prosperous for you and bring you a lot. And yet again, here we go. It's somehow tied in with love. It's somehow tied in with a union, with something that you have committed to, joined forces with, somebody that you're romancing with. It love and money is so tied together in November. I don't know exactly why. If you know why, please leave a comment. I'm so curious, to understand, or if you feel comfortable to leave a comment, I would love to know just like what it is, that is so tied together. For my own personal situation, I know I'm not Aries, I'm Aries Venus, but I know that it is, well, yeah, for Aries Venus, it makes sense, right? That I'm motivated a bit with my finances and my love situation. So maybe it's similar for you guys. But I see you consistently working, building, feeling pretty good about it as well. And I see that this agreement, contract, whatever this is prosperous and it's positive for you. This is a positive connection here. Unlike this coming out in the collective earlier, this is actually very positive at this time to see. And so is this. I mean, look at, you know, you might be entering into a binding agreement or a contract with the person that you love, but in a business aspect, in a money-making aspect, you know, or maybe some of you are marrying into money. I don't know. Hard to say. But this is what the energy says. So overall, that's what you can expect. Let me get some clarification on this. Oh, you know, I feel like this might be actually some anxiety about this paradigm shift. Like, let's say you always had the thought, Aries, that you had to work a day job this amount of time to bring in this amount of money and put in these amount of hours. And all of a sudden you're building a business where you only have to put half the time in, like with actual like work, like laborious work, and you can make double the money. And you're still stressing out about the fact that, you know, you have to propel this and that you know, don't have that same structure anymore. And you're shifting from, you know, a 9 to 5 to like running your own thing. And it's like, it's too easy or too good to be true. But then it's also hard because I have to keep it going myself. And I don't just have like a mindless time punch in. Like, that's one example. But it's like at night you might be having some bad dreams about this or some stress dreams because of this paradigm shift, if that makes sense. It's like, for a long time, when you know, shift mentalities or try to shift out of a certain programming into another one, you can sometimes have a lot of like anxiety and feelings about, you know, trying to let go of that old mindset and come into the new one. You can just feel like a little bit of like stress or like, oh my God, what am I doing? And like sometimes, especially in the night, you wake up from a bad dream and you're like, you know, like I did like one of those stress dreams even about your old job or whatever, and just like you're like, oh God, these doubt moments of like, I'm crazy, what am I doing? Why do I think I can do this? Especially in the middle of a pandemic, you know, it's like that feeling. But Aries, it's okay. That's a very normal process to go through. Please know that you're not alone. I think probably everybody or most people who have had to transition from one way to another have had to go through this. Okay, so you're not alone in going through this, and it's okay. It will shift over time. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep believing in yourself, and please know that you are supported. Okay. I mean, if something really truly doesn't feel right on like any level, then that's different. But if something feels right and you're just having normal stress and anxiety, or maybe this is family and people around you telling you, Aries, what are you doing? Like, Aries, you're crazy, like blah, blah, blah. No, you know, if your instincts guided you to do this, if you listen to your instincts and they guided you to do this, and you know this is something you've wanted, and even if you know that I can't live the rest of my life not knowing, you know, not knowing how it would have been if I tried to do this thing. I can't go on not knowing. Even if it's that, it's worth this. It's worth trying, okay? Aries, I feel like there is some kind of an emotional aspect that is opening up to you, and it's making everything so much more prosperous for you. There's some kind of like you know how the dam breaks or whatever and the water, like it's like this, and you're able to, it's like a communication skill that you're gaining, or you're able to communicate something more emotionally than you were before, tap into a new element or aspect of your emotions that you weren't before. Because Aries can sometimes be a little bit like cold, calculated, and removed as like a stereotype. Like that can just be a default, like a very logical way of seeing things, which can be amazing and super helpful, especially in business and all kinds of other things. But this is like, it's always been there, because you are a human. Of course, you have tons of emotions and depth and beautifulness to you. This one is like very new in the way of how you're expressing it, that you're able to express it, that you're able to share it. It's coming out in a new way, and it's really assisting you. It's assisting you and bringing you out on top. Maybe even you're feeling more empowered in November, and it's making you feel like you're able to be more expressive and emotional and who you are more. You know what I'm saying? Or another aspect of who you are. Being that this is still coming out for the financial read in November, I'm going to say you're going to be doing pretty well for the most part. No matter what's happening, you're sitting pretty. Don't see, you've got a solid foundation there beneath your feet, despite all the water and emotions around you. You're staying really level-headed, really grounded and logical, keeping with it, logical but emotional, but keeping with it in the emotions on a stable ground. So it's not like these are gonna, mess you up or take you down or anything weird like that. It's positive. And let me get clarification on this. What is this for? November finances for Aries, please? What is this about, November finances for Aries, please? I actually feel that this is referring to you being, in this instance, this is talking about you being locked away from travel for a while in November, like you're not able to see ahead or go certain places that might make you feel like you can open up your avenues. Like hypothetically, let's say you had wanted to go somewhere and let's say you're a journalist and you wanted to go cover a story overseas, or you are a musician and you wanted to work with a particular producer in November far away and you can't for a minute. I see that this is pulling some of that doubt and unsurety back into you in your financial situation in November that you have to keep kind of consistently battling with during this time. But it's okay. You and the rest of the world, Aries, like you're not alone in this. And I think you know that, but it's still messing with you and adding a little bit to some of this insecurity and this doubt, which might be where this is coming back in. Like, oh God, what am I doing? Like, what did I do? What am I doing? But just remember, this is you. You're sitting pretty. You're doing good no matter, okay? Be consistent. Keep being consistent in building. I do see you're going to do that. It's not advice. You're going to do that. And remember that this love, this union, this thing coming in with you is assisting your finances, okay? It's fueling your creativity. It's fueling your progress, your career, your whole thing. So this is good. Let's actually jump into love with you guys for November. I want to do something with you guys. Aries, please. Aries, please. Aries, some of you are light warriors, warriors of the light, okay? Some of you are warriors of the light, and whatever it is you're working on is showing that, okay? Kyle Gray might be somebody for an Aries to check out. Aries, I'm really getting new beginnings for you, new beginnings of a new book, beginnings of a new book for you, of a new book of your life, not just a new chapter, a whole brand new spanking brand new book. Okay? This is a very, very beginnings energy going on for you guys. What is Aries looking like for love, romantic love in November, please? Love might be falling right in your lap, literally. It's not that you didn't do the work to get there, but it might just fall right into your lap when you least expect it, Aries. So try not to fixate on this when it's coming in. Woo. cards be a flying here? Yes. We do have new beginnings coming for you in love, but there might be a bit of a delay, okay? Don't worry about it. Might be a bit of delay though. Again, tied in with your finances. This love is tied in with your finances. Y'all have the sun. Awesome. Awesome to see. I feel like you're bringing a lot out of the shadows in order to reach these levels that's calling in a soulmate to fall into your lap this way. I think a lot of you are removing blocks. Remember that emotional King of Cups we were seeing in the financial section? Well, that release, that tapping more into your emotions could be releasing some emotional blocks that you have, you know, releasing some of those blocks, which allows you to be more open, which allows you to be more receptive, and allows your vibration to attract a more emotional and matched lover as suitor as well. I feel like this is very much yeah, you guys, this is very transformative here in November. And it's in your personal life, but it translates into love. Also to maybe your choice in lovers. This is like a very low vibrational feeling that you kind of plateaued at for a long time. I mean, even if it wasn't low vibrational, it just is a lot lower than where you're going. You know, you were here, you were kind of plateaued here, and it's just this, maybe even some of you were in like a stagnant place. And actually in this instance, I see this rat as being very like lower vibrational, like maybe a toxic partner or just somebody that was like sharing your business or not really respecting your relationship or your dynamic or just something like this. You know, a lot of hidden things, just like a darker energy, but you're transforming this and now you're climbing up kind of at the end of this transformative journey where things are being illuminated. That's that golden moon, black moon to golden moon. See how the light is opening up here at the top of this staircase. And I actually feel like you're nearing the top of this staircase. I don't feel like you're starting at the bottom. I feel like between like before into November, you've done a lot of this transition and now you're moving up in November. You want things to be illuminated, you know, you want wherever that went, you want that sun energy here with you, especially in love. You know, you want this with yourself, so it's translating in your love life. You could make peace with something from the past. This could mean coming back together with somebody from the past that you've made peace with, or it could just be making peace with somebody that hurt you or something that was hurtful, a situation that was hurtful around romantic love or any relationship actually. You might just be making peace with this and truly sending it love and light and gratitude and letting it go, which might take a little longer than you think, which could be why this is a little bit delayed, this beginning, but you are going to do this and it's going to bring you a lot in. At least that's what I'm feeling. Any messages, romantic love, Aries in November, please. Aries, November, romantic love, messages, please. All right, let's take a real long, hard, good look at this King of Cups, because this is the third time, second or third time, but it's no, third time he's coming up. This King of Cups is important for you guys, Aries. This is you, very heavily you in November. Female or male, doesn't matter. But this King of Cups is you. So take a good look, get a good feeling, trust what you see. You know, if you see something real obvious in it, like, oh, he's wearing this color and that means this to me. Okay, that's an intuition that you're having right there. Listen to your intuition with what this means for you. Because this is you in November. Among other things, this King of Cups. It's a really good card to have. Really good energy to have. You are manifesting and creating, getting back on your feet to do this. Again, this is this new beginning created all by you. By you. You know, this is that portals card we got in the beginning where it's like new doors, whatever door you want is opening type energy. Yes, in November, for some of you, hopefully many of you, it's really up to you. It really is based on your confidence in yourself, not arrogance or ego, but confidence, which comes from true knowing of the self, true self-worth, true self-love. That's what that comes from. And thus the love of others, right? Because you see yourself in everybody. So that's also how you feel about the world around you, and the people you meet and encounter is a good indicator and reflection on how you actually feel about yourself. So if you find yourself constantly annoyed and irritated and defensive towards the world, well, maybe you should look in the mirror and figure out why, you know? If you find yourself feeling like seeing the beauty in everything and like the love, and you're feeling like kind of patient and like kind towards people and just understanding, well, that's a good reflection that you're being that way with yourself. And that's a really good way to be with yourself. Kind, patient, compassionate, and understanding, right? That's awesome. In love, you have out the 10 of Pentacles in November. Again, there's a financial success element to this around love, whatever that might mean, whether it be them or you or both. This is very, very good. I do see possibly like an ex, or like somebody around you, a friend, a family member, somebody who's just maybe jealous or confused or just doesn't have their shit figured out. You know, they might be trying to kind of fuck with your newly found mindset, which is still in its baby mode. So it's still kind of fresh and fragile in a sense. They might be trying to like stow away with it and just be like, and fuck you a little. You'll be like, are you sure about that? And this is how it really is, or whatever. They might be trying to just, and it's manipulated. They're kind of doing it on purpose. It's a little bit childish, actually. I think you'll recognize it. And I don't mean, I shouldn't say childish, because children are actually brilliant, but it's very like, obviously, it's obvious, you know, you're going to see it. You're going to be like, dude, what are you doing? Like, are you serious right now? Like, are you actually saying this? You know, I feel like you're going to have enough confidence and enough knowing in yourself to see this and to just, nah. Don't let anybody sabotage, you know, what you want again, or your love, or who you're going to want to explore. Like, especially if it's like a very new person that's kind of out of your normal stereotype or whatever. Don't let somebody thwart this because they're jealous or they haven't evolved as much as you in a sense with their mindset or on the same frequency. Just, no. Not of that energy. Some of you might be dealing with a Pisces in November. Pisces, Gemini. A little bit of Virgo, Libra coming through for you, Aries. And I also see this as being you coming back into your knowing and intuition in November quite strongly, and love is assisting you to do this, or vice versa. You're coming into your intuition, you're knowing quite strongly, calling in that love, bridging the distance between, bringing into balance, shadow and light, tapping into what's hidden, accepting it, working with it. Actually, something's popping into my head from the collective earlier, which was about not self-sabotaging and looking for the cracks and looking for what's wrong, but looking for what's right. You know, focusing on what's right with a situation, what's good about it, what you want about it, you know. This is you tapping into that inner wisdom. And this and the King of Cups to me are very like similar here for you guys. It's very much like a communicative, emotional energy coming through that's very powerful and profound for you, and is part of why you're calling in a very positive love energy. You know, I like it. I like it. Do we have any closing messages for the Aries watching, please? For the Aries collective watching, are there any closing messages they need to know, please? For the Aries collective watching, are there any closing messages they need to know about, please? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Again, the sun is coming out for you guys. That's beautiful. I actually feel this is literally telling you to make sure you get sun as well. But I feel it's very much this rebirth, shadows illuminated, rebirth, reconnect with what's been hidden. Remember how you've kind of been in the dark for a while? Well, as soon as seeing is not believing, believing is seeing, right? So as soon as you reconnect with your knowing, it's like boom, illumination, right? It's not going to be boom, illumination. Now I reconnect because I could see it. I know it. No, I knew it. I kind of had the faith. Now I could see it. You guys are determined. You're determined in November. I love it. Love it. Oh, I guess we're still on November. Yeah, we are. There is still that manipulative energy coming through with you. Trying to kind of sabotage shit, thinking they're getting away with stuff. That stress energy is being highlighted for coming through. I think Spirit just really wants you to know and to be acknowledged about this. And actually, Spirit's acknowledging that it's coming from, again, it's coming from something that failed you in the past, or for some of you, you might even be having a little bit of like a crisis of like, oh my gosh, like I've spent all this time and energy or my whole life or whatever it is on this thing or building this thing or doing this thing, working towards whatever, and I'm not happy, or it's not what I wanted, or it didn't work out how I thought it would, or it's not bringing me what I, you know, and it's creating this stress and this anxiety and this like shift, you know. But I think that the gift here is Spirit reminding you that illumination is coming for you. Your strength and your faith has been tested. It's gone through a lot of trials, and for the majority of you, you're really succeeding at coming through these trials successfully, and coming out of the dark successfully. And you're gonna know soon enough where to take action and feel very confident about where to take action. I really, really don't see you putting up with any like shitty, manipulative, sabotaging energy as long as your self-worth is in a good spot. I'm trying to hold all these. As long as your self-worth is in a good spot and you're really working on that compassion, kindness, and patience with yourself, and just knowing that a little bit each day is the key. Consistency is the key. That proves faith to yourself. That proves belief in yourself. And you don't need to expect, 15 hours a day of yourself, but you should hold yourself to some kind of standard of every single day or every whatever other day, whatever it is for you, but I'm going to consistently do this thing, even if it's only an hour of it, or a page of this each day, right? I think in one of the angel decks, it's a page each day. It's a 365 page day at the end of the year, I mean, a 365 page book at the end of the year. So that seems to be a message in there for you. I hope it's coming across. I don't know if my words are conveying it correctly, but I'm going to do one last thing and then we're going to end your reading, Aries. Please go ahead and select a number 1 through 3. Once you select a number, keep it in your mind, please. For the Aries that chose 1, please show me. For the Aries that chose 2, direction, please. For the Aries that chose 3, direction, please. Thank you. So for the Aries that chose 1, you have speaker coming through. Your life purpose involves your skills of oration, which I saw a lot in this reading, and time to decide. Make a decision based on your heart's true desires. So I wonder if a lot of you chose 1, because a lot of this reading was geared towards this right here. Speaker and oration can mean a lot of different things, but the angels are encouraging you along this path as a general. It's a very general, broad guideline, okay? For those Aries who chose 2, we have school. The answer that you are seeking involves going to school. It can be online school, YouTube classes, a course you sign up for, or it could literally be school. Take it as you will. It also comes out with yoga. Your life is enhanced by yoga and stretching and exercising as well. This is very beneficial for you. Chakra centers being highlighted here. And then we have Libra energy coming through with balance and options. Consider the career possibilities that are open to you. You know, have enough of that self-worth in you to explore your options and to go for the one that you really want. And maybe you have to go to school to feel like you need to gain confidence or clarity on your options, you know, and what they are. Maybe this allows the energy to flow through you so you can more clearly see what options are available to you and what you really want, right? And then for those Aries who chose 3, we have children and family coming through. Your life purpose involves helping, teaching, and healing children. And then family, loving your friends and family is central to your life's purpose. I also got a really artistic and creative vibe around number 3. I even saw that in the deck a bit, even though it didn't pop out. Something with artistry. So like say you're like a stay-at-home parent or something like this, or you really are focused on involving yourself with children and family. Maybe you also incorporate art into that process. You know, maybe that's an outlet, or maybe you're, showing art or teaching art to the children, but there's an artistic element and a creative element to this as well. So those are just some little like pointers and guides for you guys to conclude. All right. So that is those are the messages that we have for you today, Aries. I hope that some of that resonated for you. I wish you all the best. I feel overall that it's a very significant month for you, and positive. There's a lot of positive things coming in case that wasn't translated. There is a lot of positive change going on for you guys. Change is uncomfortable, as you know. So yeah, there's going to be some discomfort to that, but only for the better, only in a wholesome way, and only in the positive. So much love to you guys. Take care.